"They took my sister," the little boy whispered, voice trembling like a leaf in the wind. The world didn't move for a heartbeat until the bikers did. The engines hadn't roared yet. The street was quiet, so quiet that even the wind seemed to be holding its breath. Afternoon sunlight poured down in thin, pale lines, glinting off a row of polished motorcycles. Their chrome shimmered like sleeping beasts waiting to wake. A small boy stood there at the edge of the sidewalk, fists clenched, chest rising and falling too fast. His hoodie was gray and too big for him, sleeves swallowing his trembling hands. In front of him knelt a man built like stone broad shoulders, tattooed arms, a face that had seen storms and survived them. His leather vest bore the insignia of the Hells Angels, its patches stitched tight and worn by time. This was Ryder Hale, a name that made some cross the street, but not today. Behind him stood 5 more men, silent, watching. They weren't sure what they were seeing, a frightened child in front of them, or a reflection of the world they once swore to protect in their own way. The boy's lips quivered as he spoke. "They took my sister," he said, the words breaking halfway through his breath. His eyes glistened. The sentence hung in the air like smoke, heavy, sad, and true. For a long second, nobody moved. Even the engines seemed to wait. Ryder studied him. There was something in those small, tear-streaked eyes that hit deeper than any bullet ever could. Helplessness, the kind he'd seen in mirrors long ago. "Start from the beginning," Ryder said, voice low but calm. The boy swallowed, gathering courage. His name was Evan, his sister Mara, only 12. A black van, 2 men had happened near the park, barely an hour ago. His mother was at work. Nobody stopped. Nobody helped. He'd run until his legs gave out, and when he saw the bikes lined up like an army, he just hoped someone would care. Ryder rose to his full height, boots pressing against the warm pavement. His jaw tightened. He turned toward his men, brothers who didn't need words to understand. His next words came like a vow, steady and final. "We ride." Engines thundered to life. The street trembled. And for the first time that day, hope had wheels. Engines howled through the afternoon like thunder rolling across the sky. The calm neighborhood that once stood silent now shook with the sound of purpose. Ryder Hale led the formation, his eyes locked ahead, the reflection of the road flickering in his sunglasses. Behind him, 5 riders moved in perfect unison, steel, speed, and loyalty, bound by one mission: bring the girl home. Evan clung tightly to Ryder's vest, small fingers gripping the rough leather where the word Angels was stitched. Fear quivered in his chest, but underneath it burned something stronger: hope. The first spark of it he'd felt since the van disappeared. A voice crackled through Ryder's earpiece. "Black van spotted Route 9, heading toward the docks," came Vince's report, a contact who owed Ryder more than a few favors. No hesitation, no discussion. Ryder leaned forward and twisted the throttle. "You heard him," he said into the wind. "We ride faster." They carved through traffic like ghosts, weaving between cars with the precision of men who'd lived half their lives on 2 wheels. Pedestrians turned as the roar swept by, mothers clutching children, shopkeepers peering out, but the sight wasn't one of fear. It was awe, the kind that happens when chaos wears purpose. As the city faded behind them, the road narrowed into the gray sprawl of the industrial district, rusted containers, broken glass, and silence thick as dust. The van sat near a loading bay, one door cracked open. Ryder cut the engine. One by one, the others did too. The world fell still again. A faint sound reached them, muffled crying. Ryder raised a hand, signaling positions. 2 flanked left, 2 right. 1 circled the rear. Every motion was instinct, drilled deep by years of fights and brotherhood. Then, from behind the van, 2 men emerged, startled, tense, not ready for what they saw. "Wrong day to pick a fight with Angels," muttered one of the bikers. In seconds, it was over. The abductors pinned. No mercy, but no bloodshed. Ryder yanked open the van door. Inside, Mara, tied, terrified, eyes wide as she met his gaze. "You're safe now," Ryder said softly, cutting her free with steady hands. And when Evan ran into his sister's arms, the toughest men on the street looked away because some sights hit harder than any fight ever could.